All right, welcome back everybody. This is XL Tactical, and thank you for joining me again on this particular video. If you're just as confused about calibers as I am, go ahead and hit that like button below. Get that in the comment. Let me know what's the best caliber that you like to carry. So in today's video, we're going to be covering what should be my first time gun. So you want to buy a firearm and you have questions. Everyone does. Who are you going to turn to? Everyone has that cop friend. Everyone has that guy that you know or kind of think that's into firearms, or you have that guy who always is talking about firearms and doesn't even own one. You even know that guy that goes to the gun store. All of them have opinions, but treat it as that, opinions. You have your own opinion too. You got that one friend that's going to tell you, you need a 45. 1911 is the best way to go. Yeah, it only has 7 rounds, but if you need more than 3, then you don't need a firearm. Well, that's an option. Great option, by the way. But make sure that it's the caliber that you want to shoot. You got that other person that's telling you, hey, you need something with the most capacity as possible. This can hold 21 rounds. You know, if you're ever in a firefight, you want the most bullets that you can possibly have. That might also be true. You know, are you going to be able to carry 21 rounds? Do you know what it feels like to carry this particular firearm fully loaded at all times with 21 rounds? Then you're going to have the guy that recommends a certain brand. Go with a Glock, most reliable firearm on earth. They swear by their following of that particular brand. But you know, there are other brands. Sig people will say the same thing. Does that make one inferior than the other? I don't think so. You need to have data and information that you and yourself are going to interpret that, and it's going to be the right thing for you. You're also going to have that guy that says, you need to go with the smallest gun possible. It's easy to conceal. You can always have it. It's in your pocket. It's whatever. And you can always have it there for when you need it. Take the P-365, for instance. This particular gun is not for everyone. It is a very popular gun. I hated this gun when I first saw it. I said, man, that gun cannot be good. Too small. I have big hands. This couldn't fit in there, and it's just going to feel uncomfortable. Boy, was I wrong. This particular gun, the P-365, I finally was able to shoot it and get some practice rounds in it, and I fell in love at first sight. It fits really nicely in my hands. I have really good control on it, and it conceals very well. I like the fact that it's 10 plus 1. I can go up to 12 rounds, and it's a great option for me to carry, but I feel comfortable with it for me. And of course, I won't forget the person that says, you know, you got to stay away from those budget guns. They're unreliable, they're no good, and, you know, they're not proven. I'll tell you, again, all opinions. If you have a budget, somebody might have something $100, $200. If you got $1,000, great. Spend it on what you're gonna want. But find the gun that fits your budget, that fits your hand and your needs. First firearm that I bought was bigger brother of this one, was the XD full size. It was 18 round capacity. Clerk said that's the one you should go with. You have way more rounds. It's bigger. It's going to be easier for you to handle. I hated that particular gun. I ended up going with the XD9 later, about a month later, and I still have this particular firearm. It's one of my first guns. Love it. Don't think I would ever trade it. I still carry it. I felt real comfortable carrying it first with this one. I concealed it very well. I'm very accurate shooting it. It fits my hand. So the needs that I wanted it to check off, it did. And do I recommend it to some folks? Probably not. Do I recommend it to others? Yes, depending if it feels like it fits the needs that they're looking for. So ultimately, which is the gun for you? Is it a Glock? Is it a Sig? Is it a Micro? Is it a 45 1911? Hell, is it a 22? Hell, you're gonna have to decide on that. Make sure the boxes that you wanted to check off is checked off. Is it the right caliber that I can manage? Can I find ammo for it? Is it the right size for my hand? Does it feel right in my hand? Can I shoot it comfortably? Do I want to conceal it? Is this something that I'm going to keep at home? Is it something I'm going to keep elsewhere? Is it a gun that I want that has a safety? Do I want a gun without a safety? I need the trigger to be a certain thing. I want to be able to put an optics on it. I want to be able to have more capacity. I want it to be full size like a cop gun. I want it to have night sights. There's a lot of options that you got to make sure those boxes are checked off for you. Hopefully you're not leaving this video more confused than how you came in with. I wanted to make sure I spread some of that information with you. You are your best and your worst enemy when purchasing a firearm. Don't get boggled up with everyone's opinion. Form your own and make sure that you're getting something that you want. Usually, your first bet is probably your best one. Don't talk yourself out of that gun that you want. On the next installment, we're actually going to be talking about where and how you want to purchase that firearm. How do you make that money stretch for you? One thing is getting a nice firearm and spending good quality money for it, but then making sure that you're not breaking the bank and you're being able to use that money towards training, getting familiarized with your firearm, ammo, having the right ammo, and all those things are a big factor when making a firearm. Well, again, thank you for joining me on this particular video. If you think there are other factors or tips on how you can choose your first firearm, put it in the comment section below. Don't forget to click on the notification so you can stay up to date with videos like this. And on to the next one. I'll see you guys later.